Tony, I think that's you, bud.
You know what time it is? It's time for a planning commission meeting. That's what it's time for.
Hey, that's my book.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you're typing all this stuff up.
Motion to approve the minutes, I think.
Yes.
You're right.
Is it the last meeting minutes?
Yes.
June 15th?
You're talking about, yeah. The one.
3/16, 2026? No, because that's true. That's the last time we had a meeting. Uh-huh.
But we,
But this is planning commission. So I think you look at the,
Each board is on. You want me to look at planning too?
I think you just got the date twice.
Tell you what, you guys keep me running.
I tried.
just a moment, we'll get started here just.
For June,
Yeah, this is what we have on the agenda today.
hang on. I sure don't want to make a mistake.
That is,
The 15th. And here I said 3/16/26.
okay.
June 15th.
Is that what we approved? Or did we approve the May?
We didn't have a meeting in May. What's all this figure about? This is bogus.
Yeah, but this says planning commission up here.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the confusion.
You guys are confused, good.
And this was the planning commission meeting, so I don't know if we, maybe we did approve.
Well, the last time we had a bozo was in March.
Yeah, no, that's probably correct. But
Yeah.
this is planning commission, and this is.
And all this is planning commission too? Okay,
This is.
I'll check it out. You guys, I'll check it out, just for you.
Okay. So, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't approve these. Until that's investigated. All right, we're going about a minute late, but we're gonna get started. I wanna make sure your microphone is on, pointed in the correct direction. Get back to our agenda. All right, we'll call the planning commission meeting to order. If you rise, please, for the invocation and pledge of allegiance.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. Thank you for the opportunity to live in an amazing community and an amazing country. We thank you for the freedoms that we have. I thank you for this body that tries our best to better our community. I pray, Lord, that you will give us wisdom and guidance tonight in the decisions that we make. Thank you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, roll call, please.
All right. Today's July the 6th. We started at 6:01. Brian Clark
I'm here.
and Frank Mosivnik.
Here.
Tony Kosarowski.
Here.
Tim Cox.
Here.
Darren Brock.
Here.
Chair Chase Henricks.
I'm here.
Sorry to call you a chair, but you don't mind, no.
No, I know.
Emily O'Rourke.
Here.
We have quorum.
All right. The next item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes, but we've already seen a discrepancy. The minutes say that we approved the March 16th minutes at the last meeting, but that was the Board of Zoning adjustments that we approved the March 16th meeting. So this doesn't have the correct minutes that were approved last time, and that's going to have to be looked up to find that information.
I think it's just the date that's incorrect.
I think it is the date is incorrect. We did approve the March 16th meetings during the board meeting, and then the planning commission meeting, we approved the
We're
planning
talking about
commission.
planning commission,
Yeah,
I think we just had,
June 6th, July 6th.
I think that date should have been,
Okay,
yeah, but it's those minutes that say that we approved.
okay, I'll look into that.
I think it should be the first
May.
of June, if I'm not mistaken, since the last
We
one
had
was.
June 1st and June 15th that month.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I think it should have been the June
Oh, one?
1st minutes.
Yep.
June 1st, we didn't have a meeting. There was nothing on that.
That's right, it was canceled. We
Oh,
didn't.
okay, so maybe it would have been.
the June 15th?
Mm-hmm.
So we need to, get that date.
So
kinda-
June
Just, yeah, it's just a date. I think everything else that's on the list is correct.
26.
Yeah, that's today, but the minutes we're approving from June 15th say that last time we approved the March meeting. There's some confusion there. That's gonna have to be straightened out.
I
Yeah,
guess
the
so.
last BOZA, the last BOZA minutes were.
Yeah.
See, that's what I think. I think we have the wrong date on this planning commission minutes.
So the
because we
June, I guess
approved-
at our June 15th meeting, the last planning commission would have been May.
Date should be May 18th.
May something, whatever the second meeting of May, I think that would have been. I
That's
think we-
most likely what
I think
that
the
date-
date just got put on both,
Yep.
and we just need to have the corrected date on
I
there.
shall correct it, fellas. I
So,
shall.
get
I
that.
promise.
So as long as we're correcting things, I guess we can correct Mr. Koch's name at the end.
Well, I kind of like the way it's spelled.
Since we're doing a correction. We have a 0 in his name instead of an O, so it's
Oh,
They leave it.
at the very, very end of the minutes, just
Yeah.
to fix that.
I don't know why I did that. See if you read them, I guess.
So,
There it is.
just a typo, just hit a O, a 0 instead of O.
All righty.
All right, so we will get the date corrected for the minutes from the last meeting. And the correction of the name. Are there any other corrections needing done on that? If not, I will accept a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
so moved.
Second?
All right, we have a motion properly made and second. A roll call, please.
Tim Cox,
Yes.
Frank Musivnik,
Yes.
Darren Brock,
Yes.
Tony Kosarowski.
Abstain.
Uh-huh. I figured that. Okay. Brian Clark,
Abstain.
staying. Chase Hendricks
Yes.
and Emily O'Rourke.
Yes.
The motion to approve these minutes are approved.
All right. At this time, we have our public forum. This is when we just open up the microphone to the public to bring things to our attention. This is not a public hearing we do have a public hearings on the agenda today, but this is not the public hearing time. This is just when we open it up for you to bring things to our attention. So if anyone would like to speak, open it up here at 6:06, and I can give you 2 minutes of our time if you'd like to share. Come right on up, sir. Give us your name and address and tell us what you'd like us to hear.
My name is Kyle Flynn. I live at the end of Liddell at 8581 Liddell Avenue.
Yes, sir.
And a few of us, Scott Baxter, Jerry Older, Corey Nichols, all live back there, and you're supposed to be extending Liddell.
Yeah, we will have a public hearing on that during the agenda today on the street plan.
Okay. And there's, I mean, back behind there says floodplains, and there's like a 30-foot drop-off, and you have to build a bridge all the way across, and it'll just be, I mean, and with Cave Springs changing their route to connect over, it just doesn't make sense to keep it on the plan anymore.
Was that the letter we received from you? Is this the same?
I didn't write a letter.
Okay, this was someone else then.
Jerry
Someone else
Holder.
said
That was probably Jerry Older.
Yeah, that was
Jerry Holder.
Jerry.
Yeah. So, but I just wanted to bring that to your attention, just
Okay,
let y'all know. All right, thank you.
all right, thank you, sir. Anyone else like to speak? All right, we will close the public forum here at 6:07, move into our items of business. There are no items of old business, but we have 4 items on our new business list. First is LampWorks Software with a public hearing for a conditional use permit. Come on up, give us your name and address, tell us what you're asking for.
Okay, hi, my name is Lauren Collins. The address of our business is 260 Grant Parkway, Units C and D. I have my personal address as well, if you'd like that.
You good with it?
I'm good with this. What's your first name again?
Lauren, Lauren.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
And I am here to request approval through a conditional use permit to operate a printing and manufacturing facility within approximately 10,000 square feet at this location. It is leased space located, like I mentioned, at 260 Grant Parkway, Units C and D. The property itself is owned by Grant Parkway Flex LLC. The leased space will be used for printing and order fulfillment and distribution, so essentially shipping operations. The facility itself will serve as a production and distribution location only. It won't be open to the public. We won't be bringing in any sort of clients or customers. We also are expecting all of our business to be done within the facility and nothing exterior at all.
And this is zoned industrial, correct?
Yes, sir.
This building, okay. So what we're looking at is a conditional use permit. What you're looking to do is not listed in our schedule of uses, so in order to be able to operate, you have to have a conditional use permit just because it's not specified as a use in an industrial zoning, so. All right, if you step back for just a moment, this is a public hearing on this item here. So if anyone would like to come speak, I'll open it up at 6:09. Either for or against the granting of this conditional use permit, we would love to hear your opinion, and I'll give you a couple of minutes. All right, seeing no one, did we receive any comments at City Hall? Okay, all right, come back up, please. I'll close it, 6:09. Close the public hearing. I'll open it up to the commissioners. Questions?
This seems fairly straightforward, the CUPs, just because we don't have this as a listed use, correct?
That is correct.
I
Seems
think
like,
if we did schedule a use, this would be a zone that we would.
I would imagine it would be permitted in an industrial zone.
You said manufacturing. What type of manufacturing are you going to be doing?
We're going to be printing wallpaper.
Oh,
So we have
gotcha.
kind of these machines that print the wallpaper
Understand.
itself. Of course.
Cool.
Okay,
So it's the printing portion of this that doesn't fall within the current zoning, correct? It's not the distribution.
It's a specific use, yes.
Okay.
anything else?
No.
All right, anyone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the conditional use permit.
All right,
I'll second.
all right. We have a motion properly made and seconded to approve the conditional use permit as submitted.
Are we gonna add anything to it?
Any conditions?
No.
No conditions?
Nothing, no one feels anything
Okay.
necessary? So roll call, please.
Tim Cox,
Yes.
Frank Musivnik,
Yes.
Darren Brock,
Yes.
Tony Kostarowski.
Yes.
Ryan Clark.
Yes.
Chase Hendricks.
Yes.
Emily O'Rourke.
Yes.
Motion to approve Lampwork LLC conditional use permit is approved.
There you go.
Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate it.
All right. Yeah, that's a good zoning for that. So, our next is a lot line adjustment for Rosenbaum at 414 North Old Wire Road. So, right on up, give us your name and address, tell us what you're looking for this evening.
My name is Nick Romancic, and I am with James Layout Services. It's P.O. Box 611, Farmington, Arkansas.
All right. So what kind of lot line we're looking?
So originally, the lot line between the two parcels is closer to the house to the south, and we're looking to push that out and incorporate the driveway. The driveway right now has a shared access easement to the Rosenbaums. They're wanting to push that out further from their house and incorporate that driveway.
Gotcha. So looking at the lines on there, it looks like you used to have, what, 2 feet or so, just a couple of feet of driveway that was actually on the property?
No, it wasn't, no, it's that.
It's hard to
the,
tell.
The line that's running east-west.
Yes.
Just by the house. It was just a few feet from their house, actually.
Right, so most of the driveway was on the neighboring property.
Yes, to the north, and it was an existing easement to it.
To allow them to access the house,
Yeah,
through,
but
yes.
they want to push it out further away from their house and incorporate that driveway now.
Okay. All right, commissioners, I'll open that up.
Do they own both parcels?
They do not.
Okay. Who owns the northern parcel?
That is.
Michelle Graham.
So is that, who's the applicant? Karen?
It's Bethany Rosenbaum.
It's Rosenbaum.
Okay, but we have the other property owner involved?
They sign out the application.
Okay.
So they were agreeable to this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll also have to sign the plat.
So, yeah, so this can't be done against someone's will, so this is an agreement with both parties.
I mean, if it could, I want a lot line adjustment at my house.
And there's no septic or anything under that portion of the property?
There is not.
looks like it fixes the problem when the driveway was on, had to have an easement. Someone like to make a motion?
Move we approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion made to approve the lot line adjustment, properly made and seconded. Roll call, please.
Tim Cox,
Yep.
Frank Musivnik.
Yes.
Karen Brock,
Yes.
Tony Kostarowski.
Yes.
Brian Clark.
Yes.
Chase Henricks.
Yes.
Emily O'Rourke.
Yes.
Motion to approve Rosenbaum lot line adjustment is approved.
Thank you, sir. Okay, our next item is JB Hunt. This is another lot line adjustment on JB Hunt Drive. Come on up, give us your name, address, and what we're looking at this evening.
Hello, my name is Brittany Gillen. I work with CEI Engineering. We're at 2600 Northeast 11th Street in Bentonville. I'm representing JB Hunt for the property line adjustment. The request is for this project is to move the current property line further to the east to include the remnant parking spaces and the drainage to be conveyed with the current commercial buildings. I think we took care of all our comments. We did get comments back from Springdale Water, and we addressed them by giving more easement for water utilities.
Gotcha.
And then I think we also we did some field verification of utilities, so. Yes. And then if you need to see it closer, there's just where the previous lot line was cutting right through that easternmost parking lot. We're moving it a little bit further to include that and that little drainage swale. So, let me know if you have any questions.
Line to be removed.
Both properties are owned by JB Hunt?
One is owned by JB Hunt and the one on the east is owned by the city.
Well, this would move the lot line where it doesn't go through a parking lot. That seems like a good thing. All right, questions, commissioners?
Good. I'll make a motion to approve the adjustment.
Second it.
All right, we have a motion properly made and second to approve the lot line adjustment. Roll call, please.
Did you make that, Brian?
Yes, I second it.
Tony made it.
Tony made it.
I'm sorry, my mic
And then
just turned
Frank
off.
seconded.
Okay, I've got it.
All right, roll call.
Tim Cox,
Yes.
Frank Musivnik.
Yes.
Karen Brock.
Yes.
Tony Kostarowski.
Yes.
Brian Clark.
Abstain.
Okay, thank you. Chase Henricks.
Yes.
Emily O'Rourke.
Yes.
Okay, motion to approve, JB Hunt lot line adjustment is approved.
All right, the last item of new business is a look at the 2024 Master Street Plan amendments. So we are bringing this back again, taking another look at it. Are there any changes been made to that since it was last, had a public hearing here?
It went to the city council, just a moment, I'll pull up the timeline on it. It went to the city council and they had a discussion on it. They did recommend that the Liddell Avenue extension be removed. That goes to the west. We originally had a public hearing on this on May 4th, 2025.
Yep.
On May 16th of 26, there was another public hearing and planning commission review, and they recommended it to the city council. On April 21st, 2026, the city council voted to read all ordinances by 3 readings. May 19th was the second reading. June 16th was the third reading, and the council reviewed it at this time and decided to send it back to the planning commission. July 6th, we are holding another planning or public hearing for this and another planning commission review. And that's pretty much all the information I have on it.
Okay. So the recommendation of the council now is to have another public hearing and that we remove the extension of Liddell.
Yes, now, just prior to this meeting, I did have conversation with a council member here in the back of the room, and they did have a few concerns on the Garrett Road extension. Specifically, there's one house that is on the east side of Concord Street, that they're concerned on that home being taken out by that road extension. And they were concerned with the roundabout on Concord Street.
Okay.
And does that impact this extension that we're talking about here, the Garrett?
The Garrett Road extension runs from Rogers to Highway 265, east to west.
And what
Yeah,
round,
and it is on our current master street plan. It's not being added. What this plan does though, is it upgrades it from a collector to an arterial, and myself, I recommend it stay collector. The engineers looked at all the east-west corridors, and arterials are needed, but going through different neighborhoods like it does, it also goes through Honeysuckle. I mean, a collector would also make sense. And there are several properties that will be affected as we travel east with this.
you know what roundabout are they talking about? What number?
It would probably be Concord
Number
and
5?
Garrett.
It would be Concord and Garrett, so he asked what number that was.
Isn't that 4 and 5 though?
Number 5.
Before we get too deep, do we need to hold our
Public hearing?
before we
You bet.
start too much on the conversation?
That's right, look, before we forget about it altogether. All right, this time we're gonna open up a public hearing on this. It is 6:20, so if you would like to give your input on the master street plan and the proposed amendments, come on up, I'll give you 2 minutes. Give us your name and address, and we'd be happy to hear from you.
Lisa de Gifford, 607 Concord. So my biggest concern is roundabout number 5. We have roundabout number, I don't know, Tony, what is the one up there? We just put a roundabout at School Street
Number
and
3.
punched school through. So now we're talking about, we took that corner of Miss Jackson's property. Now we're talking about bringing Garrett through, making a road along the bottom half of Miss Jackson's property, taking part of it for the roundabout, and then the property just east of that, on the opposite side, if you look at it on maps, it's pretty darn close, if not gonna take out the house. So that's my concern. I know I talked to Karen about it. She said that it's been on the master street plan. I have a little heartburn having it an ulterior road. We have a ton of traffic as it is for those of us that live over there. I know a couple of people in this room also live there, so they know the traffic that we've gotten.
Sure.
So I just wanted the council to be mindful. I have not spoken to that resident yet, but if you look at it, it's very, very, very close to their house. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. Anyone else like to speak? All right, we did receive a letter, City Hall. This copy has been provided for each of you commissioners. It's addressing the section, the Liddell section that the council is recommending that we remove as well anyway. All right, anyone else? All right, I'll close the public hearing here at 6:23.
Mr. Chairman, we did have the letter. Just want to make a note of that in the public hearing.
Yes? Yeah, it should be mentioned.
Got it.
Because I did mention it, so.
Yes, you did, thank you.
All right.
Should probably also be noted that we have the gentleman that spoke at the beginning of the meeting.
Look at the public.
That was in relation to this.
Yeah, he had the same concern.
And Cave Springs did change their master street plan as well, not to connect to Liddell, but instead it continues straight to the north instead of coming east. I can't remember the name of the road, but
It's Brown Street. I was able to look it up. It does part of it goes south to Wagon Wheel via another street, and another part ran north a little ways.
they took out the
So if you
And
remove that
Springdale's is the
extension,
same.
you remove the roundabout from the plan as well.
For that, they're only talking about Liddell
Not the north
West,
and south.
right, not Liddell East?
Right, this section over here.
But connecting Liddell East is still feasible, according to city council?
There's the very far east end might be
Liddell
tough.
You have a 30-foot drop off behind our property that would require probably a 30 to 40-foot bridge to connect the other side,
Going west.
going west.
Go this way.
Yes.
Cause Liddell end's going the other way too.
Yep.
And, yeah, in east, it doesn't connect all the way over, it goes.
I did, where it turns here, you have semi condition about like there, where it gets. There was an old MSP that showed it going all the way across the interstate, I think, at one point, or dang near to it.
Yeah, it
I
did.
mean, 'cause that's right there where the new school's going, right?
Yeah, that's right where school's going.
So I think, from my perspective, we've got some input from citizens and council about a few different areas. I don't know that we necessarily need to make a change to this tonight, but not also send it back up. It sounds like we should have some discussion potentially with our council members again, or maybe not again, but like to have some sort of formal working session. I don't know if that's the correct term or way to do that, but to discuss a few of these items and have our engineers that helped prepare this, staff that worked with them as well, to be able to do that instead of trying to make a decision here tonight.
I would agree with that. I don't know if there's a mechanism for that, Mr. Chairman. But we're in a new era of governing in Lowell, where the 3 readings are being required. Even if we were to approve something that we think the city council wants tonight, then it's gonna be 3.5 months before that gets across the line. I would rather have their input at the onset than delay this further.
Okay,
And then I have a question, is that new 3 readings on everything that's sent to the council?
Ordinances?
ordinances generally require 3 readings unless you declare an emergency.
Well, unless the council
they-
votes to do rule.
Yeah, they can waive the 3,
They do
Well, they can wait, yeah.
they can waive the 3 readings.
So 2 issues are holding up the revision to the master street plan, correct? The Liddell and Garrett. Is that correct?
2 that we know of.
Right.
Who we know of, yeah.
If we were to have some sort of working session, maybe there's
exactly.
other areas.
That's what I meant, is right now we know of 2. So I agree, I would like to see a working session, and before that working session, I'd like to see the specific information presented about how close is that street at Garrett going to be to that house?
I can't specifically state to that. As a civil engineer, and having done roadway projects in the past, sometimes houses have to be purchased whenever you widen streets.
Right.
And that's just the unfortunate reality of master planning and execution that sometimes has to happen. And that doesn't always happen depending on whether or not the political will and the money's there to make it happen to begin with.
Sure. So what I'd like to, just for my information is, so the purpose of the Garrett project is for what purpose?
It's one of our major east-west corridors, transferring traffic from Rogers to Highway 265, which is Old Wire Road. And if you look, we have, and we don't really have much of it, Pleasant Grove Road. Most of that is in Rogers, but it is an east-west corridor, and we have Apple Blossom. And the other east-west is gonna be Monroe. So that only gives you really 3 good corridors going through the city. There's no mid-range corridor. You need something moving that traffic. When you have any type of roadblock or emergency,
Yeah, right.
moving that traffic around that area is very important. And getting access to that emergency is very important. As we grow in Northwest Arkansas, and we're growing at a rapid rate, we are on our way to 1 million people. And that is what all of Northwest Arkansas is preparing for. And it's not just Lowell, every city here is preparing for that.
Right. And I would imagine that the research on this, the Garrett Street, shows that we've got large-scale development going on at the, what you want to call it, the intersection of Concord and Pleasant Grove right now.
Right.
And that's projected to bring traffic.
Right.
And so then, if that's not there, then it's either coming up this way, or people from up north have to come down Pleasant Grove down to Concord. So, okay, and then the Liddell one, what's the, sorry for asking this again.
No, you're good.
What's the, like, what was the thought process behind looking at this and saying, well, wait, before we go there, so Garrett would put two, this is the other, yeah, 4 and 5 would be circles, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, the roundabouts just keep the traffic moving.
They're safer than an intersection with a
No, I
signal.
love them.
Yeah.
They're great, and they also tend to, slow traffic down.
Yep.
So, yeah. Okay, and then on Liddell, we'd have 2 new circles, 16 and 17, and that would bring traffic from the east side directly through into, was that Bellevue?
Well, that also takes that north-south, you see there's a north-south on there that's coming from Springdale, one of their major roads, and it's basically extending their plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, making a connection with Springdale. So what the engineers did when they reviewed the plan is they looked at the adjacent cities and aligned our streets to match theirs. It's more of a regional approach.
Sure. And it gives us, because of, like you said, bad things happen, and if there's a major incident on 49, what are people going to do?
Right.
Right? So.
Yeah, right now they go to 71 business.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And that gets
And they
stacked
can't
up pretty good
support-
already.
They can't support any.
We
Look
do
at
need
Bellevue.
more
Yeah,
major
Bellevue's a good
corridors
example of it.
both directions.
Exactly.
We do need to be developing those and not waiting until they're overloaded with way
Yeah,
too many people.
Our major wrecks that have happened at Bellevue, we've had to send them down to Brown, going up Putney
Yeah.
Creek, and that's your alternative route, which isn't reasonable. I mean, it's, yeah, it's very substandard. So what they did is looking at, and this is kind of a different map, just showing you without all the colors. The colors that you saw on that map were our zoning, and it was just showing you what was planned for that area.
Sure.
This is without the zoning, just kind of showing you the roadways and their designations. But I'm gonna move on, and there's Springdale, and you'll see in the northwest corner there, their roadways, yeah, and that's what we were connecting to.
Right.
Just extending their roads. And then same thing as Rogers, looking at theirs, you'll see that bottom red line going east-west, there's your Garrett. So it's lining up with the adjacent cities, creating a more regional approach. We do understand too, as far as properties go and terrain, sometimes that approach can be questionable and can be challenging and very expensive. And so that is something that we also want to look at as we're looking at this overall plan.
So I wasn't necessarily questioning.
Right.
It's more for just everyone to hear that there's an actual thought process behind this, and it's not just an arbitrary decision, say, let's put a street here, let's put a roundabout here. And I appreciate, the amount of effort that goes into it. Back to the working session with the 3 rule, yeah, because if we could come to an understanding that, instead of can they, after the first reading, can they
Amend things.
pass things back to us for us to consider, or does it have to wait for, unless they call an emergency session, does it have to wait 3 sessions for anything to come back to us?
They don't even look at it. The 3rd reading is when they look at it.
A reading is simply reading the title of the ordinance.
Right.
And that's
Letting people know that this is coming up for vote.
That's a
I mean,
state.
they do see it though. They're copied on the planning commission packets as they go out.
Right.
And they're aware of the public hearings, of course, with it being in the packet.
Right.
So they do see it there, and they do receive the information on that first reading. So they have the information. I'm sure they're looking at it. They just don't discuss it until that 3rd.
And that's a state law? That's a Lowell flaw?
Yes.
And how did that happen?
How do you like it?
How did that happen?
The city council can discuss it anytime they want to, on first reading. So, I mean, that's just how your council operates. So they don't have to do it that way, that if they wanted to bring it up and talk about it on first reading, they could do that, so.
I'm just a little confused because it seems like we're all for the process of trying to help. To Karen's point, we've got a potential influx of people, businesses, and traffic and a bunch of stuff. And this was first brought up in
24.
24?
Well, it was developed in 24 as a master street plan.
Yeah, so we're 2 years into a discussion on something that, you know, if the city had the funds and everything was perfectly aligned,
Right.
they'd still have to wait 2 years to make something
Yeah.
move forward. I don't know if I have any right to
Well-
speak about this, but it seems like,
I will say, if there's a need the city identifies, they could build something. The plan is just to try to make sure that we're thinking ahead and it makes sense overall. It could change at any time. If they said this street, due to what's developed now, that's changed, and this street's gonna need to be a collector now because we didn't expect all that to be built in this area. That could be modified
Right.
and done at any time. Now, I will say, we've had streets on the master street plan for years that are never developed. Just because
There are lines on.
development didn't end up, we're trying to predict the future with the master street plan, That's what you're doing. Where are things gonna grow? Where's the traffic gonna increase so much that we need to have a wider street and plan on more traffic?
The other thing you'll see with not only ours, but other surrounding cities is the state of Arkansas doesn't require grids. If you look at like Tulsa, it's a gridded city. Oklahoma requires that. We're trying to infill grids now because of issues that have come up. When you have a wreck on a road that creates a real problem and there's no alternative route. So these plans are looking at adding more grids, and the thing that we have to consider, what are our neighbors doing as well?
sure.
You know, that is a big important.
And there's also another side of this, and that's businesses, you know, looking at, you know, future, their plans for the future, what they're going to do if they're gonna come into the area, you know, where are they gonna put their business, where would the traffic flow be, what would help support them?
Yeah.
And, they're probably not going to be waiting 2 years to make a decision on coming into a city. They'll just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
That was my 2 cents, maybe 5 cents.
I would say that's probably at least a nickel there.
Yeah, probably. So, the end of that, my vote is to what these two gentlemen said is I would love to see if there was a mechanism where we could
Just have
be able to schedule a working session as needed.
a joint working session with the
Yes.
council.
Would the,
So what you need to do is table this.
I was gonna ask that exact
Yep.
Yeah.
question.
And then you guys can schedule your workshop. If you have a date certain, like if you wanna table it to next month, you can go ahead and table it to a date certain today, or 2 months, then you don't have to, perform notice again. So this would count, if you table it to a date certain, that would count as your notice.
Right.
For the future agenda. So if you guys can come to that consensus tonight, that'd be great. If not, that's fine too. You just have to publish notice for your public hearing again before it's back on the agenda.
Something like this, the notification's just published online, published in the paper. It's not mailers, right?
It's not mail.
Okay. The reason I ask is because that can be quite expensive if it was, but
Right.
I feel like if we were to set a hard date, it's gonna have to be substantially in the future to allow us to have a time to meet with city council and get all that figured out.
Right.
And I don't know if we can move quick enough to say it'll be by, 2 months from now or a month from now, versus just tabling it until after that date, or after some arbitrary date.
When is the next city council meeting?
24th?
21st.
21st of this month?
July.
Yeah, they meet the third Tuesday each month. So if we're looking for a work session, it would seem to me that if we're wanting a joint one with the city council, it might be best to request that the mayor can schedule that.
I think so.
Ask him if he can schedule a joint work session. And then we can publish that date for anybody that is available. Not mandatory that everyone be there. It is a work session, but then give enough notice to where everyone can say, hey, I am available, I'm not available. And as long as we have some representatives from both sides, I mean, we don't have to have a full council, full commission by any means. But if we had representatives on both sides that could have discussions and talk about joint ideas together, and
I think that opens it up for more of a collaborative effort. You know, I think, you know, it would allow questions to be asked on both sides, answers, discussions, and then come to a conclusion.
Those can also be open to the public to allow their input as well.
Sure.
So,
Would that have to be like so if we?
It would be a formal public meeting.
Full
Public
meeting.
meeting, so
Yeah.
you have to.
Okay.
yeah, when you get,
You have to comply with FOIA requirements for that.
yeah,
Sure.
which wouldn't be a problem. It's just making
Yeah.
sure it's.
But that would be the only notice that would be required for
Okay.
that kind of workshop.
Right.
No, I don't know if there's, obviously I've taken up too much time, but I'd make a motion to table this.
You want to table it for a specified 2 months or?
Yeah, because it would give us to, hopefully, the 21st is when the city council's together with the mayor. Maybe there can be a decision made as to a meeting time after the 21st. That gives us, you know, 1 full month and then another month to meet and come
So
up.
you want to table to the 1st September meeting, 2nd September meeting?
Got school starting up.
July, August, 1st September. Yeah,
The first meeting in
first meeting in
September.
September. That's, I mean, I'm just putting it out there.
Okay, we have a motion. Is that making a motion to?
That's a
table?
motion.
It's a motion to table this issue until our first meeting of September.
just as an FYI, that would be Thursday, the 10th, because the
It's a
first
holiday.
Monday is Labor Day.
So Thursday, the 10th.
For a council meeting or
No, for,
work session?
no, we're.
Or to come back
tabling
to
this-
the planning
I
commission.
know you are, but to 10th of February,
The 10th of September would be the meeting we're tabling this until.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can get
till the
a.
planning commission meeting.
Yes.
So a planning commission
It
meeting
will be
on the
presented
10th
by-
Right,
of
okay,
September.
gotcha.
So we're looking for, to get a joint session scheduled
Before
between
then.
now and then.
Okay.
Or a work session.
If y'all were able to get it planned sometime, like, we could probably have it done with council before the end of the month.
Oh, that's fine. We're just saying, what?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, we're just saying the worst case, we'll have a decision on this by the 21st. But it could be decided before that, if we could align everyone's schedule and do everything. Sorry.
Can we just table it till the first meeting in August? And then if we need to retable it, we can, but that way we don't unnecessarily delay another month if it is able to happen.
Yeah, you could just
I
table it.
recommend
and pull
doing
it.
that instead of.
Okay,
Yes.
that's fine.
Just that, because right now you're giving the public notice that this will be on your next agenda in August. And so that way the public knows that, and if they want to be here, they can be here to speak or against.
Okay.
this and whatever. If you need to retable it at that point, you can.
So I'll rescind my motion and make a new motion that we table this discussion until the first meeting in August.
Okay,
The third?
3rd?
August 3rd.
August 3rd.
Here we go.
All right, do we have a second?
I second that, yeah.
All right, roll call please on tabling this issue until the August
All
the 3rd
right.
meeting.
Tim Cox,
Yes.
Frank Musivnik.
Yes.
Darren Brock.
Yes.
Tony Kostarowski.
Yes.
Brian Clark.
Yes.
Chase Hendricks.
Yes.
And Emily O'Rourke.
Yes.
Motion to table this master street plan until August 3rd is approved.
Okay, and then we would officially request the mayor can schedule a joint work session with the city council so that we can let that be known, and if you're available to make that.
Does staff pass this request to the mayor to be alerted that we're asking for? Appreciate it, staff. Thank you.
Tony, you don't want to send the email?
I'll grab someone else's email. Not a problem.
My goodness.
I'll say Chase has requested.
I throw my name out there, I'm fine with
There
it.
we go. All right, well, we will dig into that further with the council together. So our next meeting is scheduled for the 20th of this month, the day before the council. And we have no discussions, no committee reports, so I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
We're having
motion.
We're having so much fun.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Who seconded? Chase?
I'll second.
All right.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We are adjourned.